Just 7 months into 2022, and SpaceX has already completed as many missions as it did in all of 2021. So it shouldn't come as a surprise when you hear that some of these missions have come in contact with mysterious objects. Elon Musk himself has mentioned this in his tweets, but is it really true? Has SpaceX really encountered UFOs? Stick till the end to find out. In just a few years, Elon Musk's fantasy of performing a greenhouse experiment on Mars has changed into a large number of rocket launches by establishing SpaceX, a private aerospace company. Although the company's early years were bleak, with Musk claiming that it was on the verge of failing, the platform went on to make history by launching its Falcon 1 project, succeeding in its fourth attempt with its fourth rocket after 3 failed attempts to reach orbit. SpaceX was not an overnight success, with the company's founders and investors playing a significant role in its current success. The California-based company has increased its credibility with contracts from NASA and the Air Force. But how does the company generate income to launch such expensive rockets? SpaceX, as a private aerospace platform, places satellites into orbit and transports cargo. The platform has established a reusable rocket and launch system in order to significantly reduce space flight costs. In 2012, the company became the first private company to send a cargo ship to the International Space Station. The company made headlines in 2010 when it became the first private company to launch a payload into orbit and safely return it to Earth. The platform landed upright on December 21, 2015, after traveling to space and back via the Falcon 9 rocket, marking yet another first for the company. On May 30, 2020, SpaceX launched its first crewed mission, Demo 2, which sent NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley to the International Space Station, or ISS. This was followed by the lucrative November 15, 2020 launch of a crew of 4 astronauts to the International Space Station. As of early 2021, the platform will be the only commercial spaceflight company capable of delivering astronauts to space. After 4 failed test flights, SpaceX launched and successfully landed its futuristic Starship on May 5, 2021, finally completing a test flight of the rocket ship that Elon Musk plans to use to land astronauts on the Moon and send people to Mars. Boeing and Blue Origin are 2 of the platform's main competitors. It turns out that during some of these missions, various SpaceX spacecraft have encountered unidentified objects, which many believe could indicate the presence of aliens out there. Elon Musk recently revealed that one of SpaceX's cameras is constantly detecting something strange during their missions, and they have no idea what it is. Since its inception in 2002, the company has created a diverse range of spaceship systems and rockets, with the constant goal of significantly reducing costs by designing many system components to be reusable. Being the first in their field and consistently demonstrating success when it comes to relaunching and reusing various rocket parts, the platform's long-term goal is to set up fully reusable rocket systems that can be used to reach other planets. The platform has only made money by launching satellites in a low Earth orbit and transporting cargo to and from the International Space Station. While the platform charges significantly less per launch in comparison to other players in this field, this has resulted in lower profit margins, allowing the platform to set up more launches and provide better opportunities for cultivating and advancing its expertise in reusing parts. Essentially, the platform's revenue is handled by its space launch services, while the platform focuses on its ultimate goal of traveling between planets. With the platform's valuation steadily increasing and overtaking revenue growth, the platform clearly intends to expand its revenue sources in the future, which would include potential revenue sources from weapons such as their satellite internet constellation Starlink. SpaceX launched Demo 2 satellites with the intention of launching over 4,000 satellites in the near future to develop its Starlink constellation array. These satellites will provide global, low-cost internet access. Now, while watching one of Starlink's satellite launches, viewers looking intently at the massive achievement noticed something strange in the background. Most people who noticed it thought it looked like a massive cigar flying alongside the rocket. This is not the first time one of SpaceX's numerous cameras has detected what appears to be an unidentified flying object. Almost every time the company launches a rocket into space, the enthusiastic audience notices a strange and out-of-place object in the footage. Many people were able to capture images and screenshots of the object from the video. This quick thinking provided us with proof that something was visible. Because of the high speed with which it moved, it could have been missed otherwise. It was only in the frame for a second or two. The majority of those who saw the cigar-shaped object were ecstatic and almost entirely convinced that it was a UFO. The images went viral, and everyone wondered what the strange cylindrical object in the frame was. Most experts dismissed the object as space debris, but alien enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists have a mind of their own in such cases. Because such strange objects repeatedly appear in other videos, they were unwilling to dismiss them as something as trivial as garbage in space. Many people have been watching the other launch videos after discovering this unknown cylindrical object flying past the rocket. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? A UFO? Or just a satellite? Last year saw a significant increase in a specific type of UFO sighting, and the trend is expected to accelerate in 2022, thanks in part to Elon Musk. Thousands of people all over the world reported seeing a train of unidentified bright lights moving steadily in formation across the night sky. The thing is, these aren't unidentified flying objects. They're SpaceX Starlink satellites ascending to low Earth orbit, where they'll sail above us on their way to eventually providing global broadband access. SpaceX already has about 100 small satellites in orbit. According to documents filed with regulators, the goal is to keep adding to the orbiting fleet in the coming months and years. The entire mega constellation could eventually number up to 40,000 satellites. With only 2 batches of flying routers above us so far, Starlink has already sparked a significant response from astronomers catching the trains in their scientific observations and UFO spotters who aren't sure what they're seeing. Many entries in UFO sighting databases describe a long train of lights or bright spots with constant speed in a straight line. For the time being, we have included in our database of sightings the several hundreds of reports we have received about the cluster, principally to illustrate how easy it is to cause human observers to be deceived by a new and eye-catching visual phenomenon. The National UFO Reporting Center wrote on its website last month. The launch of new satellites will include one with a non-reflective coating, which SpaceX hopes will reduce the satellite's visibility. The company has been collaborating with major astronomical organizations to reduce the impact of the constellation on telescopic space observations, and the new coating will test one possible solution. SpaceX President and COO Gwynne Shotwell told reporters, "We are going to get it done. We'll do trial and error to figure out the best way to get this done." Meanwhile, dozens or even hundreds of additional Starlink satellites that are as bright and reflective as the first 2 batches could be launched. Not to mention Starlink competitor OneWeb, which is also expanding its own broadband constellation. All of this adds up to a sky that will be much more crowded in 2022. With a lot more to see, spread the word that those strange lights in a line are just another Elon Musk project, not aliens constructing a railroad in the sky. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment below. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when we upload more content. You can also check our other videos by visiting our channel. See you in the next video.